Hi friends, welcome to the Wild Side. I'm Steve Hall. We've seen the disappearance of many family farms over the years, oftentimes to have them replaced with subdivisions or even shopping centers. And with the sale of those properties also comes a loss of woodlands, meadows, and safe habitat for wildlife. This is a story of a family farm in Lebanon, Tennessee that was sold to the state rather than developers. Now it is rocky ground with lots of cedar trees and limestone, making it an ideal environment for some endangered plant life. Wildside guide Craig Owensby tells us more about the John and Hester Lane Cedar Glade, Tennessee's newest natural area.
Look at these.
This is a good year.
This is a good year.
Plant experts from the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation are checking the growth and the health of the leafy prairie clover, an endangered plant which lives in only 3 states, and it is strongest right here in the cedars and rocky ground between Murfreesboro and Lebanon.
Tennessee is the heart of the whole range of the plant. So the most diversity and the most plants are in Middle Tennessee. There are a few sites in Alabama and a few sites in Illinois, there's a prairie habitat in Illinois where it occurs. It's very limited habitat there. So it's sort of a remnant of probably what used to be in the past. But in Tennessee, our sites are the most important for recovery.
One plant, one stem, one head.
One plant, one stem, 2 heads.
We count each individual plant, how many stems it has, and how many flowering heads it has. So that gives us an idea of the vigor of the plant or how healthy it is.
It's a long and a complicated count. They mark off a small area, add up the plants inside, and estimate from there. Their goal is to understand just how well the native plants are coming back, so they can be preserved and protected for the future.
When a plant is listed endangered, there are certain criteria that have to be met before it can be taken off the endangered species list. So the coneflower, Tennessee coneflower, was taken off the list in 2012, and that would be the goal for the leafy prairie clover as well, but we're not quite there yet.
Those 2 plants in this particular natural area are very abundant, and in fact, this small natural area, 45 acres, has one of the largest concentrations of both plants. Having 2 very rare plants that are only found in Middle Tennessee and the Cedar Glades in great abundance in a 45-acre state natural area is a real benefit for conservation.
There are 2 kinds of habitat here: glades, which are mostly trees, and barrens, open grasslands with an amazing variety of plants and flowers.
We have what's called the gray-headed coneflower, which is our Retibita. We've got nodding onion out here, so it'll look like an onion that you grow in your garden, except for when it flowers, the flower head hangs down and they're these beautiful light purple color. It's a real striking plant, and it kind of grows in the same habitat as the dahlia does as well, as the leafy prairie clover grows. Tons of milkweeds, so monarch being a hot topic right now. Prairies like this, which used to be more abundant in the state of Tennessee, are definitely good habitat for monarch butterflies because we have multiple species of milkweed in here.
It's all about diversity, biodiversity, and for all plants, the more diverse you have, the more species you'll have, the more animals, the more birds, bees, and everything else.
We can't eat it. It doesn't necessarily have an economic purpose for us in and of itself, but in a larger scheme of things, it matters because it's part of the ecosystem. And there's a reason it's called a system, and it needs to work with all its components, and without those components it falls apart, and it's called ecological decay.
Much of this land was a working farm and cattle pastures just a few years ago. Now, with the help of a TDEC management program that's supporting native species and removing new ones, it's going back to the way it was before humans arrived in Middle Tennessee.
It's very tranquil, a very nice place to come and walk, and for me, I'm always interested in, thinking about what it once may have looked like and what we would like to see it look like in 50 years from now.
Wilson and Rutherford counties in Middle Tennessee are the heart of the Cedar Glade country. Nowhere else do the glades and barrens grow quite this way. And it's our responsibility to preserve and protect natural spaces like this. The plan right now is to have the native species fully restored here, one more of the many places to enjoy Tennessee's wonderful variety of plants and natural environments.
It just is a prairie. You walk into another time. I mean, this is what Tennessee used to look like, and to come out here and be able to see it like that is incredible. There's a few species we still need to deal with, but overall, this has been a real success out here.
I'm Craig Owensby on The Wild Side.
You can learn more about the John and Hester Lane Cedar Glade by traveling online to our website, wildsidetv.com. This natural area is expected to be accessible to the public either late this year or early 2018 after the completion of a hiking trail with a parking lot.